So after we've done the locality dissolve, now there are several methods of generating which one is primary, which one is sub-primary. There are, I think, about 4 or 5 methods different people are utilizing. But in this video, I'll be showing you a particular method that I feel is simpler. But if you have a method that you are used to and you feel is better, you can go for it. But yeah, one thing we first have to understand before we actually go ahead in grouping the primary and sub-primary. In this LGA, we have less primary localities and we have more sub-primary localities. So I don't know if it's particular to this method, but I've been using this method for several situations and it works perfectly for me. So the next thing to do is to join this new dissolve that we have, this new dissolve locality dissolve feature class that we have. We are now going to join it with the enumeration merge that we've done by right clicking. Let me do that again. So you right click, you go to join and relate, then you click on join. So at this point, we are now joining based on the attribute of the table, not based on the locational reference. I know the normal one we do is spatial join, which is based on the spatial reference. So we choose the field name, which is obviously locality name, because why we're doing that is we have to pick a field that has the same records with the locality, with the enumeration area merge, which is most likely locality name, since we dissolved the locality name from that. So you look for the this is it, enumeration area merge, then we click locality name. So if you want to be sure whether the is correct, you validate the join. We can see that it has showed us that everything is successful, there's no error, then you click OK. Now, the difference between this one is that it doesn't create a new feature class for you. It just automatically adds the fields that are inside enumeration area using that link, and it adds it together. Mind you, it still keeps the number of records that are there, but it just adds it based on the locality name that it has used to merge each other. So what we need from here basically is the temporary locality code. Temporary locality code. Yeah, this is it. This is the temporary locality code. So we can easily locality code, thank you. You can easily drag it because this is where we're going to be working with it from. Now, we just want to, and also I advise that we also make sure that our GIS assistants take note of the temporary locality code that they collect on the field, because this is what we're going to be using to code our this is basically what we're going to be using in coding of the localities. So now this process can be done before or after you've done the points, but I prefer to do it before. There's nothing serious about it. It's just the way it works. It doesn't really matter if you do it before or after. So you sort. So it shows you, we all know that 100 is primary, 200 is primary, 300 is primary, and so on like that. So it's very simple. So you start edit on this guy, then we know that 100 is primary, so we'll give it as 1. Scroll to 200, which is 1. So we're identifying all primary localities as 1. So 300 is 1, 400 is 1, 500 is 1, 700 is 1, 800 is 1, I think then 900 is 1. So I think that's all for primary localities. So Automatically, everyone that is not labeled is subprimary. So we can just highlight it. Sorry. Highlight it and just put 2. That is the subprimary. So now we've been able to identify that all primaries are 1, all subprimaries are 2, and so on. So we no longer need these tables that we added. So we'll just go back, right click, join and relate, remove join. So remove all join. So if we go back to open the attribute table, those tables, those fields that we added are no longer there. What we needed it for, we've used it. So now we have which one is primary, which one is subprimary. Great. So next thing that we have to now do is create the locality point. Because the locality point we are just going to use to get the coding pattern. Do you understand? So next thing is to get the locality point. So how we do that is so we're working in merge. For example, we go to merge, go to new feature class. So we call it locality point. We can call it locality code, locality point, anyone. Then we'll make it point feature. Next, 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 next. Now, right here, we're now going to add the locality code, because this is where we're going to get the locality code from. Locality code is going to be a long integer. And finish. Now, here we have the locality point with which we are going to be working with. So let's start edit. Okay, edit there. So at this point, all we now need to do, okay, so I have to stop, edit, save what we have done, start edit. Locality point here. Now, let me just point. Why that happened was because we were already in an edit session and we created a new feature class into that GTB. And the GTB is already in an edit session. So the edit session does not recognize the new feature class. That's why I didn't show in the create feature line. So once we stop edit and start it all over again, then it will now appear.